Heroes. It's your one, the only, JT Ripper.
And I'm Todd of Thunder.
And you're tuning into the first horrible conversation.
Yep, this is a brand new segment where we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about upcoming events that we're going to be a part of. We're going to talk about upcoming films in the future. We're going to talk about all kinds of things, conventions that's going on. And we want to tell you about what we're doing tomorrow on the 31st, Halloween, baby.
Yep, we are going to the Myers house, North Carolina. That's what it kind of goes by.
Yep, it's in Hillsborough, North Carolina. It's a guy down there that basically
made a replica.
Yeah, he built his house just like the Michael Myers house in the very first '78 Halloween.
Yeah, it's awesome. If y'all ever get a chance to look it up and get a chance to go to one of his events that he actually has there at the house, they're top notch.
Absolutely. He does tours of his house. He has a shit ton of memorabilia and just awesome things that he's purchased over the years.
Yeah.
So you can always do tours of his house.
He also does like events across the United States too, right?
Yes. He's one of these guys that goes to these filming locations. And
he sets up like events. And
he sets up events, and normally it's followed by a screening of the film that he's going to all these locations where it was shot at.
Yeah,
and,
like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house.
Absolutely. And we have been to his house one time before, a couple years ago. And we've met Sandy Johnson, who is Judith Myers, the first victim of Michael Myers in the very first Halloween.
Very surprised. It was actually during the shitty COVID times.
Yep, it was during the shitty COVID times, but everything was cool. We got to meet her, take a picture, get an autograph, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, she was really sweet. She even got in costume and everything. The only bad part was we had to wear a mask. It's like the only picture I've ever had to take with my mask, meeting somebody.
Yeah, but it was totally worth it at the end of the day because she doesn't do conventions a whole lot. She does them a whole lot now.
She started doing them more after that one, I noticed.
Yeah, after that one, you saw her name pop up at a lot of conventions.
Yeah, because they were like, you want to make some money? She's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah. But, tomorrow we'll be hitting there for another Halloween alumni, which is Tony Moran.
Tony Moran, the face, I guess you could say.
Definitely, he is the face of Michael Myers because he is the unmasked Michael Myers
that you see
when he's trying to choke Laurie at the end of the film, and Laurie kind of takes that mask off. That's Tony Moran right there.
Yep.
So that'll be a great addition to our autograph and picture collection.
And we just want to say that, I'm pretty sure we'll let you know our thoughts, but anything I've seen by him, he's always been funny, sweet, down to earth. I know there's been some controversy.
Yeah, there's definitely been some controversy. There's some videos floating around the old internet about how he might treat fans or might have opinions about the film, which I've always took as him just being funny. He's one of those guys that likes to make jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure back in the day when he did make a little unknown film named Halloween, he probably did think it wasn't going to amount to shit.
It was going to be, a dumpster fire, and was ashamed of it.
Right, like many actresses and actors back then, they had no idea that those films would become cult classics.
Yeah, like Mrs. Voorhees, who didn't want to do the movie, hated the fucking script, and only did it because she wanted a car. Needed a car, actually.
Yeah, Betsy Palmer was a legendary actress in Hollywood, played in all these quote-unquote respectable films.
Yep.
But, towards the end, she did Friday the 13th, like he said, just to buy a car, and she has admitted over the years she's passed on, but before she passed, she openly admitted that most people know her because of her role in Friday the 13th.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, speaking of that, in Freddy vs. Jason, they actually brought her back for that.
That's not her.
That's not her?
No, that wasn't her.
I was going to ask you about that.
No, she had, that wasn't her. That was another actress. I thought for a long time that was her too, but, you know, got a little bit older, started paying attention to fucking credits, and I realized that was not her.
Yeah, because I just saw that the other night, and I was like, I don't, like, it looks like her, but I was like, I don't think that's her.
No, it's definitely not her, but it would have been cool if they I don't know if she had passed away at that point. I don't think so, but she probably had retired from acting anyway, so.
Yeah, she had to be, like, up in age when that came out. I don't know, I need to do, like, some research to that. On a side note, Terrifier 2 this week has raked in over $5 million.
Absolutely. It has went from being limited release to being phenomenal. Yeah.
It's catching fire. It said it made like 10 times its budget, so I'm guessing like maybe like I don't know, 500,000 might have been their budget.
I have no clue. I know the movie was crowdfunded. A lot of it was crowdfunded. So
yeah, and come to find out that the director actually was the fucking makeup artist in it too. So
yeah, that dude's talented. He did a lot of work in this film, and you know that's why you see a lot of love in this film, and why it's a love letter to the fans. Like I said on our Terrifier 2 review.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a part 3 now.
Definitely, and just for a film that was released in limited theaters, making that much money tells you not only the power of the horror community. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The horror community will support, and even though I don't give two flying fucks about Rotten Tomatoes and other critics. It is fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, so, like I said, I don't care, but that is cool.
Yeah, the light tends to shine on a dog's ass every now and then.
Yeah, pretty much everybody who has seen it has had nothing bad to say overall about the film.
Yeah, we just actually talked to a friend last night, and they didn't know about the movie, and then they watched All Hallows Eve and Terrifier, and then they were like sucked in and went to the theaters and loved it. And it's just like one of the I'm hoping that part 3 is actually gonna get like a bigger release that it deserves, maybe a bigger budget.
Yeah, I think with the success of this film, it'll probably land a pretty big production. It'll probably be a lot of studios jumping at the bit to fund this because they want to reap that reward because, right now the movie is proven.
Yeah, and rightfully so. It's the breath of fresh air that the horror genre needs, and I think that's why it's doing so well, because it is so out of the box and different. Well, yeah, but it's different, but it's not different. Like
it's different because
what's old is new.
Well, that and the fact that gore and splatter films are very reluctant to be released into theaters. Yeah. They, if you go to theaters, it's more of the mainstream horror films.
Yeah,
and that's been proven to do more or very well as opposed to these types of movies. Yeah. These types of movies are mostly word of mouth.
Right.
And Terrifier 2 was no exception. Word of mouth got this film noticed.
Yeah, exactly. Rightfully so. And this might be like the movie that opens the door for more
splatter films.
Yeah, more splatter films in theaters. This might be like the candle that lights the flame that ignites the big boom, and then next thing you know, we've got fucking splatter films galore in the theaters.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's nothing wrong with a good ghost PG-13 movie. That's fine. Right. But this movie has proven horror fans want to see the goddamn gore. We want to see the body count. Yeah. If you deliver it to us, we will come.
Yeah, we're clamoring for a new horror icon, and art is definitely stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, we're talking about horror movies here, okay? we don't care if it's for the whole family. It's not for the whole family, but it seems like the whole family is having a goddamn good time watching it, though.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully there's more to come. You know, I'm kind of tired of the paranormal movies.
That seems to be the safe bet with Hollywood making Possessed and hauntings.
You got one coming out tomorrow.
Something about the devil.
Pray for the Devil.
Pray for the Devil, which I'm sure is going to be a decent movie.
It looks promising. I saw Cody, like a snip clip of him, and he was not happy about it. So I don't know. You know, I like to judge things on my own. Which you know, we'll go watch it and review it. And
it'll be a future review, no doubt about it.
I don't know if I really want to go to the movies for that one. To be honest with you, I mean,
we might take a while to do that, or we could go maybe next weekend, something maybe like that. We'll think on it and let you guys know.
Yeah, but it's been a good year for horror movies. You know, a lot of them we haven't been able to see yet, and hopefully next year is going to be just as good.
Yeah, we're going to do some research. We're going to look up a lot of trailers, and probably, on future episodes of this horrible talk, we will talk about upcoming films and trailers and what we think about them, what potential we think that they have.
Yeah.
And we'll be definitely talking about more conventions and more events that we'll be going to. Yeah. We're going to be talking about the Mad Monster Party in North Carolina coming up in February. We're going to be announcing some guests that's going to be up there and that we're excited to see. So, this is just a little
the first.
Yeah, a little snippet of what we're going to talk about on here. This is a little bit of different than just kind of reviewing a film or doing a countdown, which we love doing. But
a little casual conversation never hurt anybody.
This is our version of a little bit of newscast.
Yep. But on that note, we're going to end this, and we'll talk to you ghosts and ghouls pretty damn soon. I'm JT Ripper.
And I'm Todd of Thunder. Toodaloo.
You're all fucked.